everybody, this is Mike. This is Low Def Media, and today using the DJI Osmo Pocket 1 because I just saw a video where a content creator compared the DJI Pocket 3, newly released, against Sony's ZV-1 Mark II. Now, the reason why this kind of struck a chord with me is because in his synopsis, he says that in almost every category, the Pocket 3 outperforms the Sony ZV-1 Mark II, and that the Pocket 3 would be his go-to camera. Well, I don't necessarily agree. So let's get into that real quick. That's the intro. So why do I think this? Well, let's go over all the different points that he talks about and see how he got where he got. First, we're going from the top down. Let's talk about image quality. The Pocket 3 has a 1-inch sensor, has a very good, I would say great image. Compared to the Mark II, I would say they're comparable, but the image does look a bit crisper when you're talking about the Pocket 3. And you can go out and look at a lot of different review videos on the Pocket 3 and see what I'm talking about. It's a great image. And so it's a 4K, shoots at 120 tops, has 30 frames a second, has 24 frames per second. So those are all standard frame rates. It's got great color. It's actually got 10-bit color, which outperforms the ZV-1 Mark II because it only has 8-bit color. So that's good. Audio, both are very similar in their approach to the audio. The difference being, if you get the creator combo with the Pocket 3, you do get the mic set, and so that does help your audio quite a bit. The Mark II, you'd have to buy that separately, and the price point, let's talk about that, is already higher than the Pocket 3. I think the Sony ZV-1 is close to that $800 mark, where the Pocket 3 is in that $500 to $600 range by itself. But if you get the creator combo, just slightly over $600, and with Black Friday deals, you can probably get it cheaper than that. So he's talking about all these different points, right? Oh, and before we forget, stabilization. Stabilization, obviously, on a gimbal-style camera is going to be much better than one that's electronic based. There's a crop factor for the ZV-1 Mark II in order to get that stabilization. So that is, in my opinion, a detractor. That's a con. The other thing is low light performance. Again, because you're not relying on light or that electronic stabilization, similar to a GoPro. Because you're not relying on that, the gimbal provides better stabilization in low light, and you get better low light performance because it's a 1-inch sensor. So there are a lot of pros. I get it. Here's the one thing that was not mentioned, and I did want to make a YouTube short about this, but these points, they're just too many to try and condense down into 60 seconds. So the one thing that he did not mention is the form factor. Now, he did mention that they're similar in size, and he held them, up to each other, and I'll agree that if you look at it, and you can go look. I'm not going to try and throw all these graphics in here. It's slender. It's not that heavy, and so on paper and in your hand, you would think, yeah, this is great. All right, this is obviously easier to carry around. But look, I've got the Pocket 1 here. The Pocket 1 and the Pocket 2 are small. All right, they are much easier to carry around, much easier to put in your pocket, put in a backpack. But still, because of that gimbal and because of the fact that it's not all that durable and it's not going to do very well when you kind of bang it around, I don't usually take this camera with me when I go out on a vacation or if I go out on a trip, because I want something I can throw in a backpack or in a case and not have to worry about it. Now, this one comes with this case, all right, and this is a hard shell case, and this is great. Okay, you throw it in here, you can put it in your pocket, but then that's just something else that now you have to take care of. And it's the same thing with the Pocket 3, and it's bigger, and it holds lenses and it'll hold your microphone. But once you put that microphone on it, I wouldn't throw it in my pocket. I might throw it in a backpack, but it's still, you're gonna run into issues when it comes to one, trying to use it, and two, trying to safeguard it. All right, it's big. All right, so that's the one thing he did not mention. Now, once you put this in your hand by itself, the Pocket 3 by itself, it's it's pretty. I don't have anything that's okay. Let's just say this. I got the X2 here. Let's say it's about this big, right? Well, by itself, that's not too bad. I take this with me a lot of places. It has a nice little cover here. I can throw this in a bag. I don't have to worry. This is chunky. It's not going to break. All right, but with the Pocket series cameras, you have to leave it in the case. Otherwise, you will break that gimbal. Now, once I take it out of the case, and I've got it, the Pocket 3 is not designed to be used by itself like this. You have a little battery pack that goes on the bottom. And if you want to use the wireless mic, you've got another little piece that you have to put on there that makes it much larger. And now you're talking about something that's bigger than your hand, bigger than your pocket, that you have to now carry around. You're not going to be as inconspicuous as you would be with this little camera. I can put my hand around this Pocket 1. Nobody will know I have a camera. So if I'm not worried about getting good audio, I can just wrap my hand around that and be good to go. I could attach a wireless mic to it, and no one's any the wiser, right? So as much as I like the Pocket series cameras, I will not replace any of my point and shoot cameras with a Pocket camera. I love the Pocket series cameras. I still have my Pocket 1 as I'm using right now. Great camera. But when I go on vacation, as I recently did, I take a Pocket camera with me, or I take my GoPro. I got my GoPro right here. This is what I will take. I could throw this in my pocket, throw it in a bag. It's got great image quality. And the one thing I guess the second thing he didn't mention, and I will shout out Casey on Camera Conspiracies. He's the only one who has mentioned it. The superpower of an action camera is the fact that everything's in focus. All right, now you're not going to get certain things in focus up close, but once you get that focal distance set and you understand what it is, everything beyond that is in focus. You're not going to miss anything. So you see everything that's around you, where you are, what you're doing. With the new Pocket 3 and potentially the new Insta camera that's coming out tomorrow, with the 1-inch sensor, you get a shallower depth of field, so the things beyond what's in focus is now out of focus. That's the bokeh. Looks very professional, looks great, but in a camera like this, that if you want to take it everywhere, you're just not going to get, that immersive feeling that you get with an action camera. So I'm not going to replace my point and shoot cameras or my action cameras with a Pocket series camera, 1, 2, or 3. Even though I love the image. I mean, look at this thing. This is beautiful. This is a great image. So, hey, let me know in the comments what you think about the Pocket series cameras. Do you own one? Have you ever thought about owning one? If you do own one, what are some of the pros and cons in your opinion? And have you thought about getting the Pocket 3? And with that in mind, talking about 1-inch sensor cameras, are you interested at all in the new Insta camera that's coming out with its 1-inch sensor? Looks like it's going to be a GoPro style camera with a 1-inch sensor. If that's the case, got to worry about that blurry background. So I know this was a bit of a rant. I know we rambled on, but hey, if you like this kind of camera talk, hey, become a subscriber and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when the newest videos come out. So hey, this is Mike. This is Low Def Media saying thank you so much for checking out the channel, and we will see you in the next one.